Imagine a frozen wasteland on a hostile alien world where blizzards rage like vengeful gods. Our patrol stumbles upon a crumpled body in the snow, a young Farlaxi pirate, barely more than a kid, curled up in a desperate fight against the cold. But as a human kneels to check for life, the real shock hits. This enemy wasn't here to kill us, he was running toward hope. And in that moment, Shix, one of the meek sheep of the galaxy, learned why humans are the most terrifying species. Alive viv tales of humanity, turning the tide against impossible alien odds. Get your blood pumping. Smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next epic clash, where we prove why Earthlings are unbreakably. Never thought I'd see the day when a dead pirate made me question everything about the galaxy we were on. Vex's Prime, a frozen hellhole of a planet caught in the crossfire of the Farlaxi pirate wars. My name's Crix, a Shix, scout in the allied forces. Us Shix look like bipedal sheep fluffy fleece that keeps us warm, but we're not built for war. That's why we allied with the humans. They were the newcomers to the stars, but damn, they changed everything. Our base was a fortified outpost hunkered down against the endless blizzards. The Farlaxi, vicious raiders, insectoid beasts with mandibles that could snap steel. They'd been plaguing merchant routes for decades, hijacking ships, ransoming crews, and vanishing into the void. But lately rumors swirled their empire was crumbling from within, deserters infighting. And now, we were on routine patrol, crunching through knee-deep snow, when Gunny spotted it first. Hold up, he growled, his breath fogging the visor of his envirosuit. Gunny was human-tales, scarred, with a laugh that could cut tension like a knife beside him. Sergeant Reyes, our CO, scanned the horizon with that unshakable calm humans seemed to pull from nowhere. It was a dead Farlaxi wearing pirate livery, just a few kilometers from our base, young, probably less than 3 years old. Halfway to maturity for their kind. Its body was disheveled and thin, fragile, curled in a fetal position as if trying to shield itself from the blizzard's wrath. No armor, just rags fluttering in the wind. Gunny approached first, kneeling down and placing a gloved hand on the carcass. He probed gently, like he was checking a fallen comrade. Dead, he said flatly, probably last night, judging by the frost layer. Poor bastard. Sarge checked the livery, his face grim under the helmet lights. Deserter, no weapons except a survival knife, no food packs. He left in a hurry, probably heading straight for us, to suicidally charge us. I blurted out, my fleece bristling against the cold. Us Shix weren't fighters. We were traders, diplomats, but war had dragged us in. The humans shook their heads in unison. Nah, Gunny said, wanted to defect. They know the pirates can't win this anymore. I couldn't help but smile. Well, as much as a Shix can, well, good. This one died. Then less ammo wasted in the future. As Sarge. The air went still. Sarge turned to me, his eyes like ice under the visor. And how is this good, Crix? I felt cornered, my hooves shifting in the snow. Well, they're pirates. They raid our ships, take hostages, ransom from the guilds, to blow on luxuries. Sarge didn't budge. Gunny slung his LMG over his back, watching me with that human intensity. They also buy food, Sarge said. Their families need to eat. They steal medicine too. For diseases like vacusick, the vacuum sickness that hits their young hard. I didn't get it, but they're vicious. It's in their nature, isn't it? Gunny chuckled, but it was dark and we humans aren't. I shook my head furiously. No, no. You humans are nothing like these monsters. Sarge patted my shoulder firm, almost paternal. Understand this, kid. While humans and Farlaxi are different species, our origins pretty damn similar. We both come from worlds where violence was the go-to fix for problems. Our history is a bloodbath, revolts paid in rivers of red, wars over skin color, resources, you name it. We've had more conflicts in our expansion than the galaxy's seen in 10,000 years. He paused, letting it sink in. The wind howled around us, but his words cut deeper. The only difference. Humans chose peace. We fixed the problems instead of perpetuating them. If roles were reversed, you'd be staring at a frozen human corpse, saying the same crap to a Farlaxi ally. I gulped, the weight hitting me like a plasma bolt. Gunny glanced at Sarge, who nodded. If any of you take pleasure from seeing a dead kid in the snow, who tried to make a better choice, keep it to yourself. We pressed on, the quiet unnerving me. The usually meek Shix actually wished for a firefight, anything to break the silence, echoing Sarge's words. What if this was real? What if one act of empathy could flip the whole war? Arc to hit like a storm to clicks out. Our scanners pinged movement. In the drifts, contacts. Gunny whispered, overcomes. Farlaxi signatures, 10 maybe more. Ambush formation. My heart raced. The pirates had tracked their deserter, or maybe set a trap. We dropped low. Humans moving like shadows, fish and deadly. Sarge signaled flank. Left suppressed, right eye clutched my rifle fleece, matted with snow. They burst from the whiteout, chittering mandibles. Energy blades glowing for the horde. One screeched in broken common. Gunny opened up first, his LMG barking tracers into the storm to Farlaxi. Dropped, but they swarmed. I fired wildly, hitting one in the leg. It howled, but kept coming. Sarge grabbed me, pulling me behind a rock. Breathe, Cricks, aim for the joints there. Fragile there. A pirate lunged at Gunny, blade slashing. He dodged, countered with a boot, to the thorax crunch. But more poured in. We were outnumbered, pinned. Fall back. Sarge yelled. That's when it happened. A smaller Farlaxian, other young one, hesitated in the fray. It locked eyes with Gunny, mandibles trembling. Instead of attacking, it dropped its weapon. Surrender, please, it clicked. Gunny froze, then lowered his gun. Cover me, he told us. The firefight raged, but he approached, hands up. Why? He demanded, like the other defect horde. Starves us, humans. Fair. Sarge nodded over. Comes Cricks. Suppress the ridge we're taking. It and I fired hard, pounding. What if this defector knew pirate weak points? Could one choice spark a rebellion? We dragged the defector back to base under fire, losing our rear guard in the chaos. His name was Rix, barely mature, eyes wide with fear. Interrogation room, dim lights, humans pacing. Talk, Sarge said. Why defect now? Zrix chittered nervously. Horde leaders, hoard food, young die in snow. Herd humans, forgive, build alliances. Gunny leaned in. We do, but betrayal. We and you. Zrix revealed everything. Pirate base coordinates, a hidden fleet prepping a massive raid on our supply lines. They think you weak. Emotional. Sarge smirked. That's our edge. We planned the counterstrike that night. Humans' ingenuity shown, rigging decoy drones with holograms of our base, laced with EMP bursts. Not brute force, but a trap. They raid for survival. Gunny said, we offer a way out. I watched. Odd humans weren't just warriors. They were fixers. What if every species had that choice? Arc 3 built to breaking point. Dawn broke Blizzard's clearing. We launched the op drones first, mimicking a vulnerable convoy. Pirates bit hard, fleet descending like locusts. Their ships hammered the decoys. EMPs fired. ZZT shutting down engines. Chaos erupted. Our real forces flanked humans, leading boarding parties. I followed Sarge onto the flagship, lasers flashing inside. Pandemonium. Farlaxi crew scrambling, but Zrix broadcasted, brothers, humans offer peace, medicine, no more starvation. Mutiny sparked. Half the crew turned, mandibles clashing in civil war. Gunny fought like a demon, covering Sarge as he reached the bridge. The horde leader, massive Eldorord humans. You meddle in our ways. Sarge faced him down. Your ways kill your own. Choose better. The leader charged, blades whirling. Sarge dodged, tripping it with a low sweep. Human martial arts, precise and lethal, but the twist, instead of killing, he offered a hand. Surrender. We feed your young, end the raids or die here. Confusion rippled through the aliens. The leader hesitated, seeing his crew defect. Zrix stepped forward. They chose peace, so can we. Blades dropped. The fleet surrendered, not to force, but to hope. Humans' ingenuity turning enemies into allies with empathy. As the weapon, we outwitted their desperation, outlasted their rage. The payoff, a frozen war thawed by human choice, epic, earned humanity's underdog reversal, proving brains and heartbeat brawn in the end. What makes humanity unique isn't our violent past. It's our refusal to let it define us. We choose unity over division, resilience over rage, unpredictability that turns foes into friends. It's that spark of empathy in the blizzard that saves galaxies. Do you think humanity's real weapon is our creativity or our capacity for forgiveness? This clash showed humanity's mercy as our mightiest force, but the stars hold more threats. Subscribe now to join the fight. Like if this story fired you up, and drop in the comments, could you defect to humanity's side in a galactic war?